Have you ever felt panic? Have you ever been overwhelmed with fear?
Have your circumstances appeared to be hopeless? Have you considered giving up?
One of the greatest prophets in the Bible felt the same way. This week you'll discover why it happened and how God rescued him.
Welcome back to our Change How You Think weekly video podcast.
If you'd like to hear from us every week, then subscribe to our videos on YouTube or click on the weekly video tab at the top of this webpage, fill in the subscription form, and you'll get our free self-assessment ebook, Healthy Moods, along with your choice of mental, spiritual, or relationship information.
In 1 Kings 18, there is a famous story about how Elijah called down fire from heaven and turned the whole nation back to God.
It was a dramatic demonstration of his faith and confidence in the power and love of God.
In 1 Kings 19, verse 2, the evil queen was very upset with what Elijah had just done, so she sent him a message that she would have him killed within 24 hours.
This news really upset him, and in verse 3 it says, Elijah was afraid and ran for his life. When he stopped to rest, he asked God to kill him.
Can you believe it? One of the greatest prophets went from world changer to wanting to die in just a matter of hours.
So how did this happen?
Well, we believe Elijah came under an attack of the enemy on his mind to distract him from his strong faith and confidence in God's power.
The enemy used the words of the queen to get his attention, then overwhelmed him with thoughts of hopelessness, futility, isolation, and fear, so he wanted to die.
Has that ever happened to you?
Have you ever been doing great? Then a thought hits you and suddenly your mood switches to fear, dread, or even panic.
The enemy loves to torment us with disturbing thoughts he knows that will make us jump in fear and weaken our faith.
God didn't punish Elijah for this intense reaction and lack of faith. He gently restored him by allowing him to rest and eat. Then God asked Elijah this important question.
What are you doing here, Elijah?
What God meant was, why have you allowed your fears to overwhelm and distract you?
And this was followed by a demonstration of God's power through a powerful wind and earthquake. God wanted to show Elijah why he shouldn't be afraid of the queen when God was on his side.
Then God reassured him with a quiet, loving voice that he wasn't the only prophet left in Israel and gave him instructions to get on with his ministry.
This story is included in the Bible to encourage us when we feel overwhelmed by fear or hopelessness. It even happened to a famous faith-filled prophet right after a huge spiritual victory.
It's proof of James 5:17, which says, Elijah was a human being even as we are.
So, the next time you are feeling overwhelmed by fear or hopelessness, don't run away or give up.
Recognize you are being attacked. Then run to Jesus. He's waiting for you with open arms to strengthen, comfort, and reassure you. Remember, you're his child.
Ask him for his perspective on what you're feeling. He's the only one who really knows what's going on. And then choose to believe his words and not the voice of the enemy.
If you'd like to learn how to hear God's voice and overcome fear, come join us in Free Your Mind and do the courses God Speaks and the 3 Keys to Overcome Fear.
Free Your Mind is an online self-study program that will help you change how you think. It will guide you through a pathway of healing mentally, spiritually, and emotionally.
Through 15-minute videos, regular live group coaching calls, an online community forum, and 24-hour access to our entire video library, you can work at your own speed, anytime, from anywhere in the world, on any device, to begin the life-changing transformation you've been looking for.
You can learn more about it using the links below this video. And we'll talk to you next week. But this week, recognize and resist the enemy attacks on your mind.